There are brand new developments today in a sickening home invasion and murder trial in Connecticut. And now we have new 911 calls just released. Also surveillance video from the morning of this horrifying crime. It was back in 2007. Two suspects reportedly broke into Dr. William Pettit's home. They beat him with a bat. They tied him up down in his basement as well as his two dogs. Prosecutors say the suspects then tortured the family, murdered and raped Mrs. Pettit, raped her 11-year-old daughter, and then set a fire which killed the two teenage girls. And somehow, Dr. Pettit, a very well-respected physician in Connecticut, was able to escape. He got himself to a neighbor's house, clinging to life in front of that home. They called 911. But according to one account, it took police more than half an hour to respond. And now attorneys for the suspects are using that as part of their defense strategy. Fox Report Chief Correspondent Jonathan Hunt is live at the courthouse in New Haven, Connecticut. He's got the very latest. Jonathan, police were alerted by this 911 call. How did that come about?
Well, the attackers in this case, Rick, took Jennifer Pettit, the mother in that family, to her local bank, demanding that she withdraw $15,000 and saying that they would then leave the family alone. They had left Mr. Pettit and the two daughters tied up at that point. So Jennifer Pettit then, apparently fairly calmly, we've seen the surveillance video, approached the bank teller, asked for the $15,000 and told the bank teller what was going on. When the bank manager heard the story, he decided to call 911. Listen.
We have a lady who is in our bank right now who says that her husband and children are being held at their house. The people are in a car outside the bank. She's getting $15,000 to bring out to them that if the police are told, they will kill the children and the husband.
Jennifer Pettit also told the bank teller that she had been told by the captors that no harm would come to any of them if she got them that $15,000. Obviously, that proved to be tragically untrue.
Jonathan, I've just learned that these two men were prepared to plead guilty, and that the only reason why they're now in trial, at least one of them is having his trial move forward, is because the state wants to have these men die, wants to go with the death penalty here. And so that's really the gist of this, and that's why we're hearing from the defense attorneys that the police played a role in all of this, because if there can be proof that the police did not move in a timely way, that perhaps these two suspects could get off with simply life in prison and not the death penalty. What are the police saying about what took them so long?
Well, the police are saying that when they got that 911 call from the bank, they did move to the Pettit family home immediately. But what they did was set up a perimeter there. They say at that point they could see no sign of any activity in the house at all. And that is why they didn't move in. They then later saw the two alleged attackers fleeing the house after setting fire to it. That is when they first actually made a move. But they say they followed standard procedures. They could not make a move on that house because at that point they had no proof that anything untoward was going on. They simply had the allegations made in that initial 911 call from the bank.